It's time to take a look at what's happening around Wyoming for Tuesday, August 20th. I'm Wendy Corr, bringing you headlines from the Cowboy State Daily newsroom, brought to you by Outrider PAC. According to a new survey, 79% of Wyoming voters support freedom in education. Learn more about educational savings accounts in Wyoming at outriderpac.com. Well, it's primary election day in Wyoming, and Cowboy State Daily is planning unprecedented coverage of the races and issues that are important to residents. Cowboy State Daily's editor in chief, Jimmy Orr, is here to outline where you can get the most up to date information and hear from experts who have unique perspectives and expert opinions about tonight's event.
We haven't done anything like this before. This is a live 2.5 hour broadcast. We are in 11 communities across the state, and so we will have live election results all evening long. And while we are waiting for election results to come in, our own Wendy Corr will be hosting a panel of 6 people who are columnists for Cowboy State Daily and politicos, people who have been around the political game for a long time. We have great guests too. The entire delegation is coming in. John Barrasso, Cynthia Lummis, Harriet Hageman, former governors Dave Friedenthal and Mike Sullivan. And we'll also get on some of the winners of the night's elections. And we've got people from all over the state. Of course, Claire in Riverton. We've got Leo here in Cheyenne. We've got reporters in Cody and Rock Springs and Thermopolis and Buffalo. We're out all over the state. It starts tonight, 7 p.m. We hope everyone will join us.
Political reporter Leo Wolfson has spearheaded tonight's election coverage. He says this primary election will have major ramifications, not only for what the next state legislature will look like, but also what kind of election activity the state wants to reward and condemn moving forward.
The Wyoming Freedom Caucus, which is the farther right wing of the Republican Party, has the opportunity to take the majority of Republican seats and maybe even more so the majority of all seats in the Wyoming House, which would absolutely distinctly put the legislature in more of a farther right direction. The current status quo also could continue if the Wyoming Caucus, which is kind of the more center to moderate wing of Republican legislators, if they are able to hold on to the numbers that they have or gain seats as well. So that's going to be the big kind of battle that's at play.
Canada-based American Premium Uranium Incorporated has begun exploratory drilling on mining claims in a 40-mile square area in central Wyoming's Red Desert. American Premium is backed by major investors like New Jersey-based hedge fund Sachem Cove Partners, which has been staking out uranium land in Wyoming since the price of the critical ore on the spot market was around $20 a pound. That was back in 2017. And energy reporter Pat Mayo points out that the commodity has more than quadrupled in price since then, which makes the company's Red Desert exploration that much more lucrative.
It's in a really rich area for uranium up around UR Energy, which already is up in production. This company is going to be looking at just how extensive the uranium deposits are in the area where it's exploring. They're already saying it could be anywhere between 8 million and 12 million pounds, 14 million pounds actually.
The industry is finding renewed life after the U.S. has taken steps to begin enriching its own nuclear fuel rather than buy it from Russia. And now let's take a look at today's weather with Cowboy State Daily meteorologist Don Day.
Well, today we're going to see a little bit less in the way of thunderstorm activity as the air is a bit drier, but overall what we have between now and Friday is typical late August weather. Pretty warm days, occasionally some afternoon and evening thunderstorms, and fair nights. Now, we do expect some changes this weekend, and as we get closer, we'll have more details. But for you folks in western Wyoming, showers and thunderstorms and much cooler temperatures will be developing Saturday and into Sunday, maybe spreading east late Sunday into Monday across the rest of the state. We'll keep an eye on that for you. In the meantime, expect more of the same typical August weather.
You can get Don's full forecast on the Cowboy State Daily website. I'll be back in just 15 seconds with more news.
Your attention is precious. That's why Blue Cross Blue Shield of Wyoming works hard to make navigating your healthcare easier. Because having the right health insurance means not having to think about it, letting you focus on you. That's the benefit of Blue.
The Montana motorcyclist who disappeared August 11th while on a Western States road trip with friends is in a Missoula hospital recovering after an intense 5-day search for him ended Friday. 24-year-old Zachary DeMoss was giving two friends a head start as the three headed from Kuskia, Idaho to Lolo, Montana on Idaho's Highway 12. But DeMoss, the more experienced rider of the three, ran into an unexpected problem, quite literally. Cowboy State Daily's Claire McFarland spoke to DeMoss's friends about his miraculous rescue.
What everyone was asking me over the weekend was, how did he get derailed? And on Monday, when she was ready to talk about it, his friend Allie said, we think he swerved to hit a deer, and then he vaulted over the steep shoulder, and his bike crashed into a tree, and he fell into a creek.
The family said they've been overwhelmed by the generosity of those who helped DeMoss or who prayed for him.
We were just kids when we fell in love.
And a popular social media video that opens with a bear showing up at a family's front door, set to a sappy love song with cute emojis littered throughout, is put out there as a heartwarming tale of nature communing with humans. But what the video really shows is a level of ignorance and interaction with one of the planet's apex predators that's really just incredibly stupid. That's what wildlife experts told Outdoors reporter Mark Hines.
The idea is that this family adopted this bear cub and raised the bear, and now the bear comes back to visit him. Well, first of all, it's obviously fake because it's multiple clips of different bears in different situations. And then I talked to a couple biologists, and they said, this is just mind-numbingly stupid. I mean, it's not going to end well for the people because it's only a matter of time before the bear swipes at somebody, bites somebody, stomps somebody. And then when that happens, it's inevitable that the bear at that point has to be killed.
Experts say that videos of people supposedly adopting bears can make the jobs of wildlife professionals much more difficult. And that's today's news. Get your free digital subscription to Wyoming's only statewide newspaper by hitting the daily newsletter button on cowboystatedaily.com. And you can watch this newscast every day by clicking subscribe on our YouTube channel. I'm Wendy Corr for Cowboy State Daily.